What's up?
What's up, man?
Oh my god.
Welcome back.
Too much energy. Way too much energy. So we'll see how where we started.
Where we started.
I mean, just by playing this fucking shit and see where to start it. And cut off the rambling bullshit in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it had an intro and you talked halfway through.
I don't know. Sorry about the intro, bro.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're at Sean's third house.
Fuck you.
That he built himself.
James's house. We're at James's house. Now it's complete. We moved in.
It's complete for what it is. It's livable.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do the trusses.
It's a dwelling. Yeah, if the video picks it up above me, it should. I don't know if Sean will zoom out.
Well, I will.
Camera.
I'll
You can see the wonderful, authentic wood trusses we have behind us.
half painted.
Yeah, half painted, half ass. But no, summarize that. Ran out of money to have them wrapped in cedar. And yeah, it's just one of those things that it wasn't a need, it was more of a want.
$10,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah. Quality work costs money, apparently.
Yeah, man, no shit. So, congrats, you're in your house. Obviously, I'll do like a zoom around and off this video so they'll get an idea.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've been here. When did school start? First week of August?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the week before that, which I guess was the end of September, right? The last week of September we moved in. It was literally the Thursday before school started. And that was my goal for the year and surprisingly met it.
Oh, yeah.
With all things that were going on at the time. Personal, financial, everything. Like it was just a mad dash. I was destined to have the kids go to or take their school photo, first day of school photos here at the house. And obviously we could have left the camper and came down here and did it, but it would have took away for the point that I was trying to make. I was like, my goal is, before school started, I want the kids physically living in a actual house and not trailer trash.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just since I did this real quick.
Non-sponsored, but we'll take it if they want to.
16 days. 16 days tobacco free.
Nice.
So, whatever.
Any side effects?
No, I'm just trying not to talk about it too much. I don't know.
Yeah, because it gets in your head.
Yeah.
At least it does for me.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just, I don't know. 36 years. 37 years. I don't even know.
You haven't been dipping that long.
No.
Tobacco use.
I dipped 8 years. I smoked for 26 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 34 years total.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm. It's good that you quit.
So, anyways.
And I started the rich man's nicotine pouches.
Yeah.
To quit. And now I'm just addicted to those.
To quit what?
Just dipping altogether.
Yeah,
Anything.
but you didn't hardly ever dip.
I did for a minute. But I don't dip like you. You put like half the fucking can in your mouth. But me, I'm constantly swapping out all day long. Like I'll keep one. How long you keep one of those in? 30 minutes? More?
These things? 30 minutes to an hour maybe.
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I waste them. I spend a lot of money on them. And
but I would put a dip in for a few hours.
Yeah.
But like you said, like a third to half a can.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I was just trying to.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it a whole lot.
It's all good.
Anyways, so yeah, last year was fucked for both of us. You were finishing the house kind of in a hurry with a bunch of contractors and hurry up and wait.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing cheer traveling all around the world.
Working, cheering. Yeah. Everybody was spending money.
Yeah. So
I think I almost got up to Sean with my house bill with his cheer money.
My last year in a nutshell, as soon as cheer ended, which was Disney, which we turned a couple of them into little vacations, and then came home 2 days later, started building a deck around my pool. In the middle of that, bought my son a truck, finished the deck, had her huge grad party, and then moved her to college. And then after that, I just started working like crazy because I realized I blew everything I had in fucking savings, like it was all fucking gone. And I didn't realize it until Charlene was like, we need to hold off on buying that to finish the deck. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I gotta buy groceries this week.
What do you mean, hold off? Yeah. She's like, you're broke. What? So then moved her into college and had a fucking it was 4,000, I don't know. And then like 3 weeks later, had to go back down there and move her from one dorm to another, which was another bullshit. And then so, anyways, and then I knew Christmas was coming, so I just worked my ass off the last 4 months of the year. And then you obviously were doing this, got this.
Yeah, we got this done last minute. I felt like everything was just
That was through your busiest season, right? The busiest time of the year for you,
work wise.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Like the last 2 years have been crappy. Whether it was self-inflicted due to my part, as far as how much energy I was putting in the business, I can't tell you that because I was working through personal stuff that we've discussed here on the podcast.
Yeah.
But to summarize it, I was off and on busy, but once again, I was taken away from the business to dedicate time here and, you know, literally running back and forth, you know, not necessarily daily, but throughout the week, every week to get to the point where we can move in. And I was able to get it done. It was over budget, of course, COVID for numerous reasons, and for the fact that I did shop around for estimates and stuff like that, but I was like, I don't really care. I just need someone to show up and get the work done. So it wasn't like a, you know, name your price thing, but I usually worked off referrals from other either contractors, friends, people that have had personal dealings. And the only person that I would necessarily say that I wasn't happy with was probably the painter. We've gone over that, just because his idea of custom home painting versus being spec houses, like, you know, cookie cutter stuff. And those were almost his exact words when I questioned a lot of his quality and his finished job for my punch items. He gave me a roll of tape to go around and mark, you know, every little spot that I thought was of interest for him to fix.
And you look like a Dalmatian.
And it was like a fucking Dalmatian. Like, yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough to where one whole wall would have like 40 pieces of tape. Like, he didn't care. Besides that, I was pretty happy with everybody. Like, it is what it is. Like, we blew, like I said, we went over budget. Because I initially thought we'd get into this house for less than 200. We went over that. But at the end of the day, I actually just did it this morning. I was thinking about it. I was like, what did I actually build this house per square foot? And it was like $110 per square foot.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's cheap.
That's an approximate. And it may be up to 120.
Yeah.
If I added up like every, you know,
Labor, all my labor.
No, not my labor, just like equipment rentals before we even started the house, like from 2 years prior, if I count that in as far as clearing. And
Right.
so, you know, this has been an ongoing process. I started this process
3 years ago.
no more than that. It's like 5 or 6. When I
No.
first, yeah. Think about it when.
Oh, you talking about cutting trees down?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
Like the mobile home and all
Yeah,
that stuff that was on the property.
Yeah, clearing that out.
Yeah. So this process, that was like my baby steps to just, you know, make a little dent in the project area because over 200 trees have been cut out here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we're in the house. Love it. Kids love it. It's kind of different because we got accustomed to being in the camper and close quarters. Obviously, it was a big adjustment getting in, and it was kind of an adjustment getting out because we're not on top of each other.
Then you heard Dad fart, you just didn't smell it.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
wait a minute, this is something.
Yeah,
weird.
if someone took a crap in the camper, everybody smelt it. If someone was having a bad day, everybody smelt it. Yeah. But no, as far as us being confined to a small spot, I didn't like it at first, and I got accustomed to it because I always knew what everybody was doing. We're a little bit tighter as a family in a sense.
Yeah,
we had to be.
because all you did was look around. You saw everybody.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
okay.
hey, can you get something out of the kitchen? Yeah, I'll get it. And just reach over and grab it. But no, Abigail stays. She's, you know, preteen. She wants her own space. Madeline is all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
But it is different. But it's just it turned out to be bigger than I thought it would be. In a way, I guess that makes sense. Just simply because how much space we have.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at houses nowadays. This is like an average size 3-bedroom, right? But to y'all, it feels huge because
Yeah.
you've been in a fucking camper.
We went from 300 square feet, roughly, I think is what I came up with in the camper, to 2,400.
Right.
So,
That's dope, though, man. It's nice.
thank you.
We'll have to.
Do a walkthrough or something, or
Yeah.
post some stills and a video at some point.
Yeah. I mean, because we've posted pictures and stuff before with it, but it's nice.
So when was our actual last episode?
March. last year.
Of March of last year.
I think it was March 3rd.
I was thinking, like, to me in my head, I have like a year and a half, 2 years. It feels
Yeah,
like.
no. But I mean, hell, that's 10 months ago.
Yeah, I know.
In the last 10 months, our fucking worlds have been just crazy.
Whirlwind.
Yeah. But so moving forward, direction for the podcast this year. What are we doing realistically?
Hopefully more episodes.
I mean, no shit.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, are we gonna shoot for like one every 2 weeks, one a month?
That's hard to say because I don't know what business wise holds for me.
But we got a plan.
I know. I would say for sure one a month.
Okay.
We have to hold ourselves to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just for us, because I think for you it's an outlet. For me, it's an outlet.
Yeah.
We may have talked about this before, but when I was going through therapy and all that shit, obviously that's in my outlet. But this was also an outlet just to talk and discuss, and whether it be personal stuff or professional things, it just helped. I think it helps.
Yeah.
And maybe it helps others. I don't know.
And something else, I definitely have to get my shit back on this year is the shooting. I've slacked so hard. And COVID really was a
What major event you think you're going to shoot up?
school. God, this thing's going to get canceled. More have been taken off of YouTube, by the way.
Really?
Because I haven't been on it. I haven't even looked. I haven't checked. I haven't nothing. And the other day I was going through just cleaning up all the emails, right? So it's like the first of the year's coming up, and I've got 2 email accounts. One of them is tied to a bunch of
junk.
Like shit, like credit cards, Facebook, stuff like that. I need to eventually just start a new one and put everything on it. But so I was going through cleaning up emails, like first of the year, I've got 8,000 unread emails or however many it was. I'm going to clean all that shit up. And when I did, I was going through and I had a notification from YouTube, and I I just quick glanced at all those emails as I was deleting them just to make sure it's something important. And I did another quick glance, or there was another one from YouTube. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So they've taken down 7 more episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking liberal bullshit. So it just,
I thought all that shit calmed down. How long ago were those emails sent?
I don't even know. I didn't give
Did
it
you
that
delete them
much.
already?
Yeah, I deleted
Okay. I was gonna say you could go through and filter and see when they started.
Probably log
caught.
into YouTube and see the notification directly from the app itself in
I'd be curious when
the notification section.
it was like 1 month where they just ramsacked.
No, it wasn't that close. It was definitely spread out. So it was probably some libtard fucking scrolling through, saw our shit, was like, oh, these guys
That or the algorithm,
or
fucking say one wrong word. It's
or
like
kind
beep,
of
beep.
funny. Yeah, well, obviously just did that. So
Yeah.
But
So enjoy this on YouTube while you can.
yeah, exactly. It'll be up for 2 days. So today is January the 4th.
Oh, is it?
5th. Yeah, it's Sunday. That's right. So tomorrow's my little brother's birthday. Happy early birthday, fuckface.
Yeah. Thanks for the sign that we never got to hang up.
Hell yeah.
We'll get it up eventually.
Yeah, I've got it on top of my toolbox actually. But what else?
But we're talking about where we want to go direction wise.
Yeah.
And it's. I want to say we need to have more structure behind it, but I also want to. It can still be authentic, but I think us just riffing on it in person versus pre-discussing, putting production value. Yeah, that would help, but I don't know. I have mixed emotions if we just come in here, whatever the hot topics are for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
If we're doing one a month.
I mean, and we started doing that, but I really want to do more than 1 month. I really do.
Right. And that's going to be a challenge between both of us because your schedule, you have a wonky schedule, flip-flops. Mine's a schedule, but then I also have Abigail's stuff. She plays, we'll call it travel ball. And I'm dedicated with being with her as much as possible. So
Absolutely.
It's a balancing thing.
And
Sean living almost an hour away adds to it because he has to travel to either meet an hour or I have to travel to him an hour. And his schedule is a little bit tighter than my schedule is. That's why it makes it easier for me to come to you. But we talked about that off camera, like how it plays an effect with my mindset of me trying to get back to work and being productive. And so we have to figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
But like you said, it would be nice to do more than one a month. Because I would like to get better at this.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
It has been though. And we had some.
It has.
Oh, one of them that was taken down was the one where we were drinking at our birthday.
Really?
We had Johnny and them down there.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of them that was taken down.
That one was actually funny.
We were fucking.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Fun episode.
We got these little guys hanging out with us. Yeah. And he's got the bandaged ear too.
Yeah. Who is that? Donald Duck?
It's yeah. Donald J. Duck.
Yeah, so let's talk about what happened there.
The landslide.
Yeah. I didn't see it coming that hard.
What about Black MAGA?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, number one guy, richest fucking dude in the world.
Oh, I got you.
But
Turn this off. Doo-doo.
I didn't. I did. I thought, so some of the people I talk to and whatnot, just daily basis, or a weekly basis, I should say. One of them's a chiropractor. He's definitely he's from up north and whatnot, but he is a conservative through and through, and he hates the Democratic bullshit and whatever. So every time I go in there, we talk politics and blah blah blah, and he kept saying, "Man, I don't see it as being a landslide, and this and that, blah blah blah." He's like, "Look at last time," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it will not go like last time. It will not. It cannot. There's no fucking way. The people would revolt. Honestly, I really truly thought if they tried to rig it or steal it or something, that it would be a fucking civil war. I mean, because last time too many people saw it and were upset with it, but still didn't act. I think if it would have happened again, it would have been action. I definitely think insurrection would have been nothing compared to what would have happened, honestly. Simply for the fact of because you have so many people turning now. You had Democrats, Tulsi Gabbard, shit like that. She went from the Democratic Party, which she used to lead it, to being an independent, to now being in the Republican Party only because of him, right? One dude, and clearly because of his direction, not, whatever. I'm one of the richest men in the world, whatever bullshit, just because of the way he did everything before. And I really think, I don't know, the first go round with him, I really thought, he's a piece of shit. He's done a bunch of stuff in his past. I could never, sit down and have beers with this dude.
Well, we can say that about everybody.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know now. Only because I've done a lot of reflecting on what he did and what he hasn't done.
And we're talking about Trump.
Yeah, okay. Talking about Trump. So we'll see in his first year, his first term. But I think he's probably a better person than I thought he was as an individual. As a sitting president, I think he's the greatest that I've had in my lifetime, simply for the fact of how he ran shit. He ran shit like a business. I think this is the best person appointed for this job. I mean, look, JFK endorsed him. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many... RFK, I mean. So many people who have endorsed him. Fucking Rogan, and these
Mike Lindell.
Yeah. But, nice pillow.
Yeah.
But simply for the fact of how he does things. And obviously, I think with the last 4 years of Biden, people have realized, and a lot of people thought, or, was like, this dude's a fucking joke, and this party's a joke.
The hypocrisy that they kind of shown when they shuffled him out and shuffled her in.
Yeah.
That whole thing, like everybody's just like, oh, one night to the next. Oh, no, we're with him. Nope, we're against him. We're with her.
Right.
We're with her. And I think that made everybody open their eyes even more than they have in a while.
I think them, pushing his endorsement money straight to her, that was wrong. Because if I endorsed you for whatever, and then you say, I'm going to step back, but I'm going to put this person in my place, I didn't endorse that person. So why in the fuck is my money going to that person? It should have been refunded.
Yep.
100%. And then if I chose to endorse her, then I could put money on that. But I think that was a huge problem. But, you know, when it came to the end of the campaign, she's in the hole $20 million. And fucking Trump says, hey, let's sit down and talk and see about wiping this debt for you. What? Because we have extra money in our campaign. What? The whole thing with locking Hillary up his first time he ran. And once she conceded, he was just like, I'm not going through that.
Right.
What? That's classy. It really is. I mean, and I didn't think he had.
But a lot of people wanted blood out of her.
Yeah, I did.
Still do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do 100%. Her and her husband need to be fucking
Even more so
incarcerated
with
for life.
what's happened in the last few days with her getting a fucking prestigious medal from Biden, him and Liz Cheney. That shit, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, really? I was like, they're playing this fucking card game with everybody right now.
Oh yeah, he's doing everything he can, like fucking his son and granting all that bullshit.
Yep.
And
Pardon.
or the pardon. I mean, and doing it for how many years? All the way back to where he was VP. I wonder why. Because they did a lot of shady shit in their family to help their family.
Yep.
Throughout him being in the position he was in, and it just
And to secure his family's future and whatever politics they might play.
right.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit. I mean,
the game.
If you can't see the corruption and all of that, and you see nothing with this fucking dude, it's like, I know he paid politicians to get what he wanted for building, you know, his buildings and his businesses and whatever. But it's the
We're not
same.
excusing it. That's
It's
business.
It's the same thing
Unfortunately.
everybody else does. So that's the business aspect. You get out of that, and he's actually a fucking stand-up guy, I'm starting to think. And which I never thought before, even when he was president. I thought he was still a piece of shit, but a great president. You know, just as I don't know. So yeah,
Right. I think a lot of people connected with him. And here we are talking about politics constantly, but he went the other route. He saw the writing on the wall with doing personal interviews and podcasts, he mentioned multiple times his son kind of pushed him to do that.
Yeah, Barron.
Which was phenomenal. I think that was the best idea out of
Yeah.
his whole campaign because it took him down to a personal level,
Yeah.
made him more relatable.
Yeah.
And other lady, she just went around and hired the highest paid,
But wasted fucking money.
tons of money. Beyonce, Usher, Lil Jon,
Just whatever.
just everything. All these high profile people.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this what we're doing? Like, we're just, hiring the biggest names so people come out like, oh, I'm going to go see what the potential possible president is, but I'm also going to go see Lil Jon.
Right. I'm
Or
gonna go
Beyonce
see this
or
performance
something.
for free.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't a performance. And then mad as
It might be an intro or something, and that's it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is my girl or whatever, and then walk
Yeah.
off stage and cash your check.
Yep.
And that was, I don't know.
It
So much money, so much of that money, we can say that about everything, but so much of that money could gone to better things.
Yeah.
I don't see any of those people that performed for her saying, "Oh, I'm donating 3/4 of my money I made off of this to a good
Cause.
anything."
Yeah.
Hungry kids somewhere.
And then that kind of circles back to, that's so funny, that term, but where it came from and how often it's used now. But it circles back to Black MAGA, which when I first heard it, I thought the hypocrisy and the whatever, and it just, the irony of it is funny because of he is African, but he's white as fuck, skin tone, and it was funny seeing him come out with the Black MAGA hats and him rocking the Black MAGA hat, and a lot of people didn't pick up on it right away.
Right.
And then when he started getting out there during the campaigning and whatnot, it was like, oh shit. So all these fucking libtards that hate Trump because he's orange man bad, but they're driving a fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk is sitting in this fucking bathtub full of Doge
Why can't we
coins
see a
and-
bunch of guys like ramming their Teslas into like Starbucks saying, I'm not driving Tesla no more because of him?
Hell yeah.
I guess they still had a car payment even if they wrecked it. It's different than Yeti coolers being shot up or Bud Lights being shot up or
Yeah,
something
no
like
shit.
that.
No shit. But I thought it was funny, the irony of it all and how he ended up playing out, and now he's going to be in the cabinet and you know all this shit. So
But has all those positions been guaranteed appointed? Like RFK and all them? Is all those confirmed and everything?
from what I saw, yes.
So as soon as the election was over, I shut all that crap off. Like my algorithm, I had to reset it because I got tired of looking at all that crap.
Yeah. I think everyone did, and I think that's why it's not top of the news. You know, with things now, when something new or someone new is appointed, you know that there's a time frame that they have to accept and then announce it and whatever. So obviously we're coming up. We got 2 weeks away from the inauguration, and then I think that's the final. Like, hey, are you gonna be this position in my cabinet and administration and blah blah blah, and go from there. So yeah, this is definitely going to be different from all the others. I think this presidency, this term, this 4 years is definitely, and I really fucking hope he goes through with the no overtime, no taxes on overtime.
Stuff,
If he does that, I'm going to work my ass off. So then we'll struggle with this even more. But yeah, just to get some capital built back up.
I want to see if he actually holds through. Obviously, I don't care if he built a wall or not. I just want him to enforce the laws that are already there. Keep
Yeah.
it simple for me.
Yeah.
The wall ain't going to do nothing but keep the poorest people from walking over. The people that have money are still going to get over no matter what.
Yeah.
Growing up on a border town, I witnessed tons of fence jumpings personally, going to school. People throwing carpets over barbed wire and jumping over them. Like a fence or a wall is not going to stop anybody.
It'll definitely slow them down, and also too, I mean,
To increase the price of getting over.
Yeah,
the
but when you
cartels.
see somebody 30 feet in the fucking air, that's a lot easier to see
Right.
than someone over a 10-foot fence. I mean, you'll see them from further distance away. So I think it would be easier to catch people, you know, with the fucking monstrosity of the wall,
Right,
you know, that hadn't been sold yet.
right.
It was a fucking joke too. Selling at 5 cents on the dollar. Scrap
But
prices.
there, we got that. Keystone Pipeline. That's a big thing. Energy independence is a huge thing for us.
Yeah.
We can technically be, I don't know the numbers, but I know we could be more independent.
Yeah.
But we're still reliant. I think we're one of the highest consumers of crude oil in the world, next to China. But yeah, it was interesting to find out how much Russia supplies the world with oil too. We all think about, Saudi Arabia is a big one. All Eastern countries, for the most part, supply us
Yep.
when we have the capabilities of doing it here. But apparently, it's just better to line everybody else's pockets by shipping it in.
Right. And that was, something that he preached on his first term that I think a lot of people has thought about since, and maybe even realized,
They
like,
feel it in their pocket.
yeah, yeah. I mean, hell, you do that when you go to the fucking grocery store. Hell, I filled up the Tahoe yesterday, day before, and it was the first time it was at $60 in a minute.
Really?
And I mean, it's still not that low.
Give me a half tank.
No, no, I filled it up.
I know, but I'm saying me, that's like a half tank.
Oh
for me.
yeah, no shit. But it's $60 and it's like 23.5 gallons, something like that. But I do the Walmart Plus bullshit, so I get an extra 10 cents off. So
It adds up
yeah,
throughout the year.
every little penny.
But no, so yeah, as far as the podcast goes, as far as doing it, definitely at least once a month for sure. Twice, that'd be great if we could figure that out.
Yeah,
It's a balancing act between both our schedules. We both know that. As far as viewers go, thanks for sticking along if you're still subscribed.
this shit's like no notifications in a year,
Right.
but
We're going to get better at it. We're hopefully hopefully if both of us do well this year financially, we could buy some more equipment,
Yep.
get some better stuff going. Hopefully get some more production value put into it. Because if I have the patience to do it, I would love to edit them and make them look all nice, glossy and finished, and all that, had different angles, because I think it does make it more digestible if you're watching it.
Right.
Which I don't know what the percentage is of people that are viewing it. I'm a guy that likes to watch.
Right.
I like to listen to. I do both.
And my thing was, when we started this, I was in a different position, so I just listened.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to podcasts then. You're a podcast, I'd say, connoisseur.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you do that pretty regular.
Every day.
I don't anymore, but when we started talking about it when we were fucking doing the trusses here, I think. We were putting
putting a roof on.
I thought it was before that.
No, I think we're physically putting the decking on the roof.
Okay. But anyways, in the early stages of this, right, and we were talking about it and kicking it around, and then I started actually listening to podcasts pretty regularly because I just sat in a box, push buttons, and I listen to music normally. So I was listening, and then we started doing it, and I would listen to us and then listen to other people and kind of whatever.
it.
Yeah. And now it's like I don't do that position no more. I'm constantly on my feet, running around, and whatnot. So it's I don't listen or watch or nothing much anymore. So
Yeah, I'm still
100%.
Yeah, I haven't stopped just because
I
I'm
mean,
alone.
you have your own business.
Yeah, and so it just basically keeps me company because I'm usually working 99% of the time by myself in the shop by myself, and it just keeps me busy. I usually have ear protection in, which consists of my AirPods, and it's usually every now and again I'll listen to new music and new artists that are coming out, stuff that isn't mainstream because I find that interesting more than mainstream music. But a podcast for sure, of course, Joe Rogan, Theo, mostly comedian stuff because they just have the attitude and personalities I like and I'm drawn to. But I've been listening to a lot of crime stuff lately, even more so since we had the local school shooting up in North Georgia, unfortunately. I stumbled across a podcast that kept up with a lot of the details that we won't see on the news, like Fox 5 or something. And I was like keeping tabs on that constantly, and stories from nationwide that you don't hear about. Like this morning I was listening to a guy, 18-year-old kid that delimbed some random guy. He just was thinking what it would feel like to murder someone.
Oh yeah, so let me just cut him up.
Yeah. And it was an older man, they gave a little backstory on him. He's an older man. Didn't have any details on him, but he was easygoing. He used to hang outside this little boutique place. He hung out there so often, the people outside gave him a chair from inside every day. They just set it out there for him. And he reads a book. He's an older man, just hangs out and works like part-time doing like just random jobs.
Just trying to chill in his last few years. And
yeah, he's probably
some
70s,
little punk
80s.
kid decided, I'm going to take a chainsaw and cut this motherfucker up.
Yeah. And no, he used like a random kitchen knife.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah, I know. But yeah, took his head off, hands, arms, kind of left like the torso and everything under underpass, next to a police station.
Yeah.
That's how courageous this little dipshit was. And he's an introverted kid. You could tell he's a little different. But
Did he suck the old man off?
I don't know, probably.
He should have.
But
He should have at least done that for his dying wish.
I wish I could put clips in there from that video, like just to show you how nonchalant this guy was. But he was there was no remorse. You could see it on him. Like it was almost like entertaining. He was telling the detectives his story of what happened. It was almost like he was telling a story to a friend, like, "Hey man, look, this is what I did," kind of thing.
Just kind of bragging.
Yeah,
a piece of shit.
and I'm like, wow. I'm like, you're. And then I listened to the parents. So it was an issue like a week before they found out. He accidentally ran his car into a boat ramp and went down in the water. And there's a backstory behind that of why he ended up there. But watching his parents interact with the cameras that the police were wearing, the cop was like, you okay? Can you come out and tell us exactly what happened? Because it was just it was nothing malice. They were just trying to get the car out of the water, so they didn't know what was going on. And he's like, oh, can I stay in here? It's kind of cold outside. And the parents walk like, oh, it's okay, baby. Just stay in the car. And the cop's like, no, I need you to step out of the car so we can have a real conversation. And he's like, oh, can I stay in here, Mom? And I'm like, this is parenting 101 right here. I was like, they've sheltered this kid from everything in life. And you could see it on them when they were trying to talk to, the parents were trying to talk to the cops in place of the son.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah.
It don't work that way, motherfucker. Get out of the car.
Yeah. But a lot of this helicopter parenting we talked about previously, and you know, parents not allowing their kids to
experience life.
Yeah, just normal interactions that they would have to do in you know, certain situations. You ran your car into the water. You got to explain yourself.
Right. And I don't know. I'm a huge believer in like constitutional rights and whatnot. And I don't like the police states where you have to divulge more information, right? I'm a firm believer in your rights, and you know, cop pulls you over and he starts asking a million fucking questions. It's not any business, dude. It's not any business.
Where are you going?
But the problem with it is one, there's tactics behind that, and two, you know, you'll tell on yourself, or you will not indict, not incarcerate. What am I saying? Incriminate yourself, right? So I don't like that. And, you know, I think about that kind of shit all the time. And that was why part of the kids' Christmas, like I got them dash cams and with 4 views, right? So one in the rear, one in the front, one on each side. And so if anything like that ever happens to them, we have the evidence, right? So because driving my daughter down to college, she got pulled over behind me doing 86 in a 75 or 70. And she was behind me and I had cruise control set at 80. So it just like that was a trigger for me. And we were on speakerphone with her the whole time, and I tried to go back there and the cop was like, no, and whatever. So that was a whole ordeal. But we got through that first time, bullshit and whatever. And so it just, that kind of stuff just annoys me. So.
But no, so we had, not necessarily in line to have a bunch of guests on, but I had one. Sean, since we haven't done episodes, or we call these episodes recordings, the gentleman out of Colorado, policeman.
KB.
Yeah. He reached out to you, right? He said do more episodes, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think you said he wanted to come back on. Did you say that?
And then my brother, obviously, he said, you know, do more episodes, bitch. And then, you know, 1 or 2 guys at work. One of Charlene's old co-workers, her husband, Nathan, he's seen him at the Christmas party because he now works where I work. And he was just like, hey, man, when's the fucking next episode? And I'm like, So that's all 4 of our listeners.
Right.
But, you know, it's been a thing that we've kind of briefly, hey man, we're going to do it. Yeah, let's still do it. Yeah, I still want to do it. What about you? Yeah, I still want to do it. All right, we'll check back in a month or 2.
Yeah.
And it's been nonstop like that. So,
So we got to make time.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, because like you said, it's a good outlet for us.
Lets us catch up because we used to catch up more often.
Yeah, we used to talk all the fucking time.
We used to talk a couple times a week.
Yeah.
And now it's lucky if it's every 2 weeks.
Yeah, no
realistically.
Shit. So,
and that and the holidays was crazy. Like we were so destined to have one, I think, from November to before Christmas, and we just never aligned.
Yeah.
But no, as far as guests go, I still have the bondsman. I call him a bondsman, but Bonds Jason. I think
James Bond.
He left the industry and went and got a regular job, probably for family life.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's a firefighter now for the city that you live out of.
Okay.
And I'm sure he'll be more than willing to share some stories. I think it'll just be fun to interview people with some wild, wacky stories to make it interesting. And I have a few others
Maybe we need to get somebody on here that's cut someone up.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, bro, tell us the story about when you cut up that old woman.
Yeah. But no, I want to have some interesting characters come on with some wild stories.
I mean, I'm sure it'd probably have some wild stories. Like, I defecated in her mouth before I plunged my penis in it.
Speaking of that, there's a new movie out.
I don't know if I want to hear about this one.
No. It's the guy
It's
from...
called Three
remember the movie
Dudes in One
Split?
Cup. What?
Remember the movie Split?
No.
It was an offset from Mr. Glass and all that.
Mr. Glass. Oh, yeah. Oh, Split.
Yeah, the guy that
Split
had split
personalities.
personalities. Did you ever watch that?
I think so.
That was a freaky movie.
That's not a new one. That's kind of...
No, that's not a new one. But that
Is
same
that-
guy that played he was skinny and
Right.
like real
And then
frail
he's the
looking.
Beast. Right.
Yeah, and now he in this new movie. What is it called? Don't Say Something. I forgot what it's called. Just randomly watched it.
Don't Say
Speak
No.
No Evil. Speak No
Don't say
Evil.
no.
And he plays that kind of creepy guy again.
Yeah.
But he's kind of jacked.
Yeah.
He's jacked like Wolverine.
Yeah.
And it's a good movie. It's worth checking into.
All right. So this is after Split.
Yeah. No, this came out within the last year, I think.
Speak No Evil.
Yeah, Speak No Evil.
I have to check into that.
Pretty damn creepy ass movie.
Hell yeah.
But it's the same guy. He has that same, like, he sells that whole creepy, like, scary guy personality. Like, he nails it. But now that he's jacked and bigger, he's even scarier
Yeah.
than he was before because
motherfucker, calm down.
what he turned into, Mr. Beast, right?
Or
That was
the
his-
Beast, not Mr. Beast.
The Beast.
Mr. Beast is
Yeah.
a millionaire kid.
Which, by the way, have you started watching that?
No.
It's not bad.
What is it?
The new thing on Amazon,
His reality or
his game show or whatever.
game show?
It's actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. And the only reason I started watching it, he went on Theo Vaughn's podcast,
Yeah.
and I always
He's
saw
like,
him.
buy my chocolate.
Yeah, but no, he wasn't selling himself. Like he was just there as him.
Yeah.
Like yes, he plugged his stuff in there, of course,
Yeah.
because that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like this, that, and the other. Like Theo was genuinely curious, like because they set so many Guinness records with that new show that just came out on Amazon.
Yeah.
No plug because we're not getting paid. But it's not bad. It's different format. There's tons of cameras, a lot going on all the time. But he mentioned on the podcast with Theo that it's more realistic. Yes, some of the stuff is kind of catered as far as scripted in a sense,
Yeah.
like what he's doing. But all the reactions out of the people is like those are authentic, like because
what?
they had 1,000 contestants.
You know
the
what
first
he,
episode.
you know what he needs to do? He needs to make chocolate bars in the shape of an ear with a bite taken out of it, and he should have sold that shit before the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, that was a letdown.
God, what
I was hoping he'd knock his block off. Here.
crooked shit that was.
But speaking of that, when he walked out, I saw on his face, I'm like, this man is not going to fight. Because I feel like he had a come to Jesus moment, like walking out.
Well, the rumor was a week before they changed the clause in the
I don't know. I've been waiting to see an interview with Mike since the fight, which I'm sure he's done a few.
Yeah.
But like a podcast form or on his podcast. Mike Tyson's podcast was pretty good.
He's got a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, he smokes weed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he smokes weed all the time. I think I've seen a little bit of that.
But no, his podcast is pretty good. He has some good people on there.
Has he talked about it on his podcast?
I don't know. I haven't listened to his podcast in a while, just because it doesn't pop on my algorithm. But no, his podcast is pretty good.
So, right before I went into the ring with Jake Paul, I did some good weed.
He doesn't
man.
smoke that much, actually,
Oh, really?
during the podcast. Yeah,
Well, he's got his own like weed brand.
yeah, he
or
has his own
something,
brand and
right?
everything that he pushes. Of
So
course.
I guess that's why I've seen it in reference to that.
Mm-hmm. But no, I want to see what if he, because you kind of read someone.
God,
on video.
he should do that. He should collab with Mr. Beast and make little chocolate ears that are half bit off.
Have a aluminum foil like a Hershey Kiss wrapper, just fully molded.
Man, he could do two different ones. One of them an ear and the other one a glove. And both of them have a bite mark in it.
That tripped me out during the whole fight.
How he just kept doing
he
that.
kept gnawing on
I
it.
think all he was doing was refraining from knocking his head off. I think that's what it was. Don't get me wrong. At the end of it, I mean, yeah, he's winded. He's fucking 60 fucking years old, but he definitely did not fight. No. He did not fight. And I think all he was doing is he bit his glove to keep from throwing that hand. I think that's all he was doing, honestly.
Right. he realizes how much wrong he's done in his life, not necessarily professionally and fighting wise, but just overall, like
Just
his
in life in
mindset,
general.
the way he went through life thinking of himself a certain way, and like I say, a reborn Christian. I don't like that term, but that's kind of how I felt. Like he was announcing himself that he's like, I grew up hurting so many people,
Why don't you like
physically,
that? Why
emotionally.
don't you like that term, you atheist?
Yeah, and he's made comments like that on multiple podcasts and multiple episodes that I feel like he does want to do good in life, in the world.
Yeah.
And obviously he took this fight for money, for propping himself up, his brands and everything associated with
$20 million.
Yeah, it's a
Why
bunch of money
not?
for sure. I'd walk in. I'd let him hit me one punch. I'd be like, right here on the chin. Let's get it over with.
Fuck that! I'd go in the ring for $20 million
I would too. But
with
I just
either
let him knock
one
me
of
out.
them. Huh?
I just let him knock me out real quick.
I
Get it over with.
don't think it'd be real quick, but I definitely think it would be rough.
But I honestly think he could have put a hurting on Jake if he wanted to, and I think he didn't want to because he has that mindset. Like I think it probably sunk in right before he showed his ass cheeks on live TV, which was hilarious. Did you see that?
Yeah, but I don't think that at all.
No, I think so. Just based on watching him over the last year or two.
I think if the fight didn't go the distance, he wasn't going to get paid the full amount. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he had to put it on the show.
So I think he had to refrain, and I think that's all it was. I mean, because if you look at it, Jake Paul was everything. He was the producer, the promoter,
He's the one making the money.
right. So he was the one writing the check.
Right.
So I really think there was a clause put in there. I mean, why wouldn't there be? Jake would be stupid if he didn't do that.
I wonder if that contract is public by chance.
I don't know, but that contract goes to the fighting commissioner, so they have to see that. So I mean,
It was hosted in Vegas, right?
yeah, but that would be obvious. Okay, this thing's going to be rigged, 100%. Maybe not the outcome because he has to go to whatever round, but 8 rounds, right? So 8 2-minute rounds. So it had to go to the 8th round for him to get the full 20 million, or 7th round, or whatever everyone's saying, speculation or rumor. But even if it said that, it's like, okay, it's rigged to that point, right? I mean, neither one of them, or Jake, could do whatever he fucking wanted, but Tyson's not going to do it up till that round.
Right.
So, I don't know.
But it was just interesting watching Jake come out the way he did. Flashy, that's his
Yeah,
MO, right?
$1 million suit
Yeah. all
or
that
outfit.
with bedazzles, all the fucking every diamond you could probably find in the strip.
Yeah.
And then Tyson comes out, and I'm like, look at this old fucking G, just fucking by himself, like fuck you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh god, I just want him to knock his block off, or just put him on his back a couple times. I would have been happy with.
Right there in the beginning, he hit him good, and that was it. That was the only time. It was like,
But pound for pound, if we'll whether at his age or not, I think if Tyson would have fought, I think it would have been a better fight. But if you take Tyson back to Jake's
age.
oh boy,
No,
it would
there's
be a
no
murder
way.
scene.
They would have never even done that
No,
fight.
no.
Jake would have known better.
And by all means, Jake's a good boxer.
Yeah, I'm
He's
not going to
definitely a
discredit
fighter.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in the
he's been putting work in.
enchilades of the fucking training camps and shit. So it's
Look
like,
back at him what he was when he started YouTube, watching
Yeah.
those stupid videos.
Yeah.
To now, he's a fucking man.
yeah,
That's what's impressive.
Yeah.
He's definitely put the work in.
yeah.
But if it came down to
I would fight him though. I'd fight Jake.
would you?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I posted that right after the fight. I told you, or you seen it. I tagged his whatever
Business.
like Jake Paul boxing page or business. Yeah, I tagged it and was like, "Hey motherfucker, I'll get in the ring with you. Let's go." And I'm in the middle between your age and Tyson.
And what weight did they fight at?
Heavyweight.
Well, what is that? Where's that at?
I think it's 205 and up, something like that, or 220 and up, something. And I think it's 205 and up, something like that. But yeah,
The thing is,
I'm
like
in that weight
leading up to the
class.
fight, I followed
Fat.
Tyson with all his little clips he'd uploaded to Instagram and stuff. He looked like a fucking monster.
Yes,
He looked like
training for it. Yeah,
He looked like a monster. And I'm like, I did
Nonstop.
not see that in the ring.
no, not at
Or
all.
ring. What was it?
Yeah.
Rink or ring?
Ring.
Ring.
That's a ring.
Yeah, rink is
skating rink.
ice skating.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looked like a beast. So much power, so much skill. I'm
Yeah.
like, the dude still got it.
Yes, 100%.
And when he walked in the ring, yeah, he kind of put on a show for like the
That
first
was
round or two.
5%.
And I'm like, did this guy like fucking shit like on his chest right before he walked out or something?
Yeah, he must have smoked one of his.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna
Yeah.
dance around the ring.
his quarter
Or
ear.
rink, if you ask James.
But yeah, it wasn't the same. It was like a letdown.
Yeah.
But the girls put on a great show.
Yeah.
The girls, was it two girls before them? Two fights before them?
I
think it was two.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But that fight was fucking good.
the fucking live shit was annoying. My
Yeah,
shit
everybody had
kept
issues. We
buffering.
had a few bumps.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few buffers. It was delayed with our stuff, but I would just stop it, restart it, and it'd be pick right back up.
See, I kept jumping from one account to
Yeah.
another, or not account, profile.
Right.
One profile to another on the same account. So it's like dad, mom, one of the kids, and it just that's the only way I could keep it going because.
Versus buffering halfway through the damn game,
Yeah.
and the mics were messed up. I'm like, I felt like there was no checks and balances pre-show.
Like this, like me bringing this shit here.
Which this is acceptable, not for a multi-billion-dollar event.
Industry, yeah.
Because they had Xboxers. Was it Holyfield? His mic wouldn't work, and of course the arena was so damn loud. Everybody has earpieces in because you can't really hear nothing. And I don't know if you watched the interviews, but half the interviews nobody was communicating because they couldn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Then they had what's her name having I forgot who she was. Was she a gymnast or a swimmer or whatever? Ex-Olympian, a chick that was hanging out with the dudes like ringside.
I didn't see it.
Not the one that was in a trough or whatever you want to call it, a big desk. It was her and two other guys.
Like a reporter.
Yeah, like a reporter ringside. I forgot who she was. I know her name. I just can't put it together as far as what she was. But I'm like, why is she hosting this? Like, she is not an ex-boxer, ex-nothing. She used to be in some sort of sports.
Yeah.
I want to say she was a runner or a swimmer.
She was probably affordable, James.
Yeah. But she had no commentary.
Right.
She was just like repeating whatever the last person said.
Yeah, because obviously she's not into that sport,
Yeah.
right? So she's not going to really have her own
it's a
two
shitty production
cents or
value.
whatever. But yeah, I mean, and that's probably all it was. It was just a well-known name that the price was right.
Yeah,
So,
Mike Tyson fans from when he was a teenager, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
no, she was older. Like, she wasn't in the last 15, 20 years
Yeah.
as far as being a well-known name. So it was awkward, the whole event.
That'd have been
And-
like hiring Bruce Jenner.
Yeah. Canceled.
His kids still call him Dad.
I believe it.
That's fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that the other day. I was scrolling through something. It was like, kids still call him Dad, and here's why. I'm like, I'm not reading that shit.
I just wonder what's Kim's mom's name? Kardashian. What, does he, like, isn't it like a guy's name almost? Like, what was her name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. Either way, I was like, she's already had two men run off on her. One died. The other one changed his sex. I said, what's the next one going to do?
God dang, she's got some fucked up pussy then. It's got to just.
Well, she walks around with a butch haircut,
Yeah.
and she's trying to keep up with her daughters with all the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And I'm
that's
like, y'all
fucking
need to cut it out.
disgusting. But
But yeah, there's so much.
I would love to live in Los Angeles and follow someone around like that for like a week and just play the plastic Barbie girl song. I'm a Barbie girl.
Let's have a boombox going.
Yeah, just the whole week. Just every
Have your
time,
jumpsuit on.
time they walk out of their house, standing there holding
Mm-hmm.
that motherfucker playing it, and they'd be like, "I hate this motherfucker." Yeah, well, we hate your plastic, bitch. Go back
Mm-hmm.
to being real.
Yeah.
So fake.
But either way, so we've missed
I'm
out.
just a hater.
Yeah, I know you are. We've missed out on so much quality content that we could have covered over the last year, right?
Yeah.
From disasters, political stuff, good stuff, few and far between. That's been reported on, but stuff I've found online that was good. But 2024, I don't know if it's just I'm paying attention more, like stuff's gotten wilder, and was just more. We're digesting more because of the technology aspect. Like we have constant coverage of everything that's going on around the world.
Yeah, but it's all still bullshit coverage.
It is.
It's not true live news. I
No,
was
no, no.
talking about that the other day with someone. Like, news isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's still.
They state the facts.
It's media.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's commentary. It's
Yeah.
opinion based commentary.
It's opinion based. It's not fact based. You don't have to get, okay, this was my contact. This was who gave me this information. You don't have to write down your source no more. It's just,
Yeah. All I
we're
do
gonna
is
talk about this. And what I think is,
because what I find is wrong with it is yes, the media is held accountable simply because whatever news.
I don't think they're held accountable at all.
No, they are.
I beg to differ.
In the sense, we'll use CNN as an example. They can say one thing. Okay, if they get popped for it saying they reported that incorrectly, okay, well they have to issue a public apology.
Or
Well, they'll
recant.
do that at 2:00 in the morning when nobody's fucking watching,
Of course.
and it'll be a 30-second clip. Oh, well, so and so reported on this day, whatever. Well, we found out that's incorrect information. We apologize. This was the correct information. Doo-doo. Next subject that we're gonna lie about,
Yep.
or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
That's how they get caught with their pants down, but they don't make a
It's
They'll
not
report on it
6 o'clock
for
news.
5 days.
Right.
and have a 30-second sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry apology.
But that shit, I don't know. That we just lost our moral compass in this country.
But like you said, news used to be fact-based. Nobody watched the news for hours and hours. We never did that.
No.
CNN was the first newscast that ran 24/7. They kind of set this benchmark. And then you could only report on so much because I've watched documentaries about when they first started. I found it very interesting of how they were getting information before internet and all that stuff was as big as it is now. So it'd be a lot of phone calls and people, sending video.
Meetings.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, but it was boring. People would watch the news, they get the weather, and someone's reading a teleprompter or reading whatever script they have in front of them. So and so happened here, so and so happened there, and back to the weather.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back in 5 minutes with maybe another story from another country or another state.
And then
whatever.
10 minutes of the weather. It's like, yeah, nothing's changed since
Yeah.
I said something 10 minutes ago. Wind's still blowing at 6 miles
So
per
they're
hour.
trying to fill in
northwest.
all this dead space with, whatever their opinions are on it.
Yeah.
Whatever fucking major corporation wants to pump out this information.
Yeah, whatever they want to endorse.
Yeah. Whoever's paying the bill.
Yeah. And that's
And it goes across for all platforms.
yeah.
I'm using CNN just as an example because that's easy to say. But Fox is guilty of it. All of them are guilty.
All of them.
And that's why
It's
a lot
all
of
media-based
independent
now.
media
It's-
companies
Yeah.
are flourishing right now because one, it might be biased towards one party, which is okay. But I like hearing just simple factual information.
Oh, what's his name? Oh God, I can't believe I can't remember his name. Tucker Carlson. He's got his own network now doing this thing. You see, they just came out with a documentary. It's called "Thank You, Dr. Fauci." I need to watch it. Apparently, this group dug through all of the information with COVID-19 and how all that played out. And they did an interview with him and his people.
With Fauci?
Yes,
Okay.
and apparently, the Tucker Carlson, posted it on his social media, and a lot of people commented under it, like, "I watched this. This was excellent, whatever, and this is great. And so much good information in this that were unknown and still haven't came out and told us." And then they all said the same thing. Why isn't his ass locked up yet? Why isn't Fauci in jail? Why isn't Fauci being... So it's like, okay. So for me, outside looking in, not seeing it yet, it sounds like they got a lot of the actual factual information of everything. And he did fuck us just like we all thought he did. That's awesome. So I do want to watch that. So it's called "Thank You,
Just
Dr. Fauci."
4 years ago, his word was gold.
Yeah. And still, they kept him the fucking head of the doctor, whatever, in the administration. It's crazy.
But RFK, he co-wrote a book with somebody with the real Anthony Fauci. That I do want to read because I've heard a lot of good things. I thought about doing the audiobook
Yeah.
simply because I don't have the patience to sit down and read it.
Right.
But that goes into depth of like where he comes from and how he got to the position he's at,
Yeah.
and all the wrongdoings and this and that stuff that is considered common knowledge now. That was considered,
We're not talking about.
we're not talking about it. It's misinformation.
Right. 4 years ago.
Yeah. And where's all the accountability there?
Where's misinformation? You don't hear much of that no more either. It's crazy. You know why? Because shithead Zuckerberg has turned into a conservative too. That's funny, huh? He endorsed
But
Trump.
Meta gave the Democratic Party, I forgot the number of millions of dollars.
It don't matter.
I know, but on paper, we get to look at
Yeah, but
what candidate he's backing.
yeah, but
party.
he came out and said he's backing Trump and he's a Trump
I
fan.
didn't hear that part.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Um,
I wonder if he, in his own mind,
I,
feels like he has done more harm to society than good in some sort of way.
he's got to know he has. He's got to. He's too smart.
Yeah, and I'm like, but he's also how do I put it?
I don't know.
Obviously, he has this giant, enormous business that makes him extremely wealthy.
Right.
He knows he's doing good, but does the good outweigh the bad that's actually being produced at the same time?
Oh yeah, I doubt it. Well, I mean, it's like even with the lawsuits and all that shit he's gone through, he knows social media is used for more harm than good, and he has said that it's not intended to be that way. It's just the way people are using it.
Right.
Period.
And the same thing can be said about guns.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. So it's like it's not intended to be used to hurt people. It was intended to help people and be an outlet
people.
and connect. And but obviously people are shitheads and they use it that way. But I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't know, man. He's fucking a weird dude. But he's right there, number 3 or number 4, richest man in the world. Fucking d-bag.
I just want to know what the Saudis have
What do you mean?
because they don't report their money.
Oh yeah.
Saudis got everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like
But-
we think of Elon's money, but Saudis are like,
Probably.
they
Probably.
joke about that shit because they don't report any of that stuff, and they got
They
all
don't
the
have
money
to.
in the world. Yeah, I know they don't have to, but I'd be just genuinely curious, like, what is that family, the royal family there actually worth? It's probably some. I bet it. If we took the currency of all the world or all the wealth of the world, what the percentage would be that they hold?
Yeah. Be a lot.
I'm just
But I wonder how
like, would
much.
you think it'd be like 10, 20%?
What? Of the world?
Yeah. What kind of percentage do you think? Just randomly thinking. I would say probably 10%.
You think
Think it'd be
it'd
conservative?
that low? I think it'd be higher.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's think about that. How much money that is.
Oh, it's not trillions.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
We
that.
can't even put it on a calculator.
What is it? Zillion? What's after trillion? Zillion?
I guess.
That's
I can't count
crazy.
that high.
Yeah, no shit. But what's the money based off of nowadays too, though? I mean, because U.S. dollar ain't based off shit, and then we've got cryptocurrency coming in, and that's based off data. I mean, where in the fuck are we going with currency, and what is it based off of? Because it used to be this fucking sheep I'm holding in my hand. It used to be this cow that I'm
And it keeps morphing and turns into precious
Yeah.
metals and so on.
Yeah, currency used to be one object for another, and then it was based off an inanimate object, and now it's data.
It's a number that they decide to punch in a
Yeah,
computer
no
and say,
shit.
this is what it's worth today.
So you think cryptocurrency is going to go through the roof?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I still don't have a full understanding of it, honestly. Like, I've thought about getting into it, and then I watch Dumb Money, and I'm like, I don't want to get into any investments because I don't trust anybody. Have you seen that movie, Dumb Money?
No.
It's about the Robin Hood thing with GameStop.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good little, if you call it a documentary. It's not really a documentary, but it plays out how the guy that influenced that,
Right.
the guy behind everything.
Just trying to fuck these
Yeah, he was
investment firms.
Yeah, he saw something nobody else did, and
Yeah.
he broadcasted it, and kind of people got behind him. And
Yeah, that was on Reddit. He did it on Reddit. But yeah, I just I've got some, not anything crazy, and I don't currently buy, but I wonder with this new administration division called Doge, DOGE.
which is super funny.
You're right. And Elon was once pushing for Dogecoin, and Elon's in it. I wonder if that's going to skyrocket.
What's the coin? The Hot Tua girl. I've seen memes about her demolishing some cryptocurrency.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
She said like, "Oh yeah, that's garbage," and then everybody sold that day, and then people that were into it, like it wasn't. I honestly don't know if it was big, but
Damn, I missed out.
yeah. So she went on a podcast and like dogged some cryptocurrency name or brand or whatever you want to call it, and immediately it fucking just bottomed out.
See, that's crazy because is she a cryptocurrency expert?
No, she's just a talking piece.
She is a person
Yeah.
who said a one-liner. It went viral, and she's made some money off of it,
Oh, yeah.
and good for her.
Yeah.
But now she says one thing, and everyone fucking jumps aboard. Like people are so stupid.
That's the life
nowadays.
of a celebrity.
But people are so stupid nowadays to jump on shit like that. Because who in the fuck is she, and what does she know about it? That's my thing. So
All you need is one thing to go viral. All you can say is, Walmart. If you have the right person, say Walmart's the best thing because it brings up low-income housing and crushes small business, but it's good for the whole community around them because
Right.
everybody gets a job instead of one guy having to work at a hardware store and one guy working at a grocery store and so on. If you get the right message out, shit, stocks go up, stocks go down, and that's the thing. But I haven't dove into that. That's why I don't have any information. But I saw it multiple times. I'm like, so it must be true more than likely. That's how my brain goes, right?
yeah, read it on the internet must be true.
Yeah, it must be true. But I saw it multiple times on different platforms. I'm like, I wonder what it was. And I didn't click on it because I don't know shit about cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
But I saw people, making, side shorts of like, yeah, I had, a couple $100 in here, it was doing good, and I lost a couple $100,
Wow.
stuff like that, because she made a comment about that cryptocurrency being garbage.
wow.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I didn't see anything. I really haven't been on social media much at all. I've just been,
You don't have time to.
I mean, God, but yeah, even like through the holidays, I didn't get on it hardly at all. I haven't posted nothing on like fucking TikTok, and well, that's another one. TikTok's supposed to be banned here January 10th, I think.
No, I wonder if that's somebody held up.
I don't know. So, they have or the fucking judges, Supreme Court. TikTok, if they do an emergency, go to fight it. I can't think of the wording, but then it'd go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court can either just say deny it, nope, and your shit's banned in our country, fuck you, or B, they can say, yeah, we'll set a court date and we'll let you still run the platform in our country until that date or until that hearing. So, I mean, it's that simple, but I think it's the 10th. I think it's the 10th it's supposed to disappear off our phones.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. All my 1,000 or 3,000. I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
See, and that's the whole thing. Is like I was talking to a sales guy right before we bought Missy's car, and he said he started doing car sales, and then one of the guys mentioned that this is like 4 or 5 years ago. Hey, why don't you start making like little short clips, right? Something that's pretty common nowadays on all platforms, of like trying to sell a product or whatever. He started doing it, and he says it took off like crazy. It was the greatest thing ever. As I'm test driving the car, I'm like, yeah. I said I wouldn't have social media if it wasn't for business, simply because I think it's a time suck. It takes away from being productive in life in general. And I said, but the thing is, it's embedded in our society now, where this is where people obtain information, whether it's general information, product information, across the board,
Yeah.
everything. And I said, that's the only reason I still have it is because it's business. That's the only way my business functions, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's all tied in together. And I'm like, what if all these social medias go away? What's going to happen to all these small businesses,
Yeah.
just generally in the U.S.?
Go back to word of mouth or
just,
randomly finding it again.
billboards, pamphlets, commercials,
Yeah.
all the stuff that costs millions of dollars. Well, not millions, but tons
A
of
lot
money.
of money.
Yeah. And social media is cheap. It's efficient. It's effective because you could hone in your audience.
Yeah.
That's what's great about it.
Yeah.
But I was telling him, I said, if it wasn't for business, that I wouldn't have social media. I was like, I don't know. I said, I could have so much more things I could do with my time.
Yeah.
And it's a distraction for us because I catch me and Misty over here. We were watching TV and we're both, you're probably guilty of it too. I think we all are. We'll catch ourselves staring at our phone for 30 minutes at a time.
Fuck. Last night, Charlene's sitting on one side of the couch. I'm sitting on the other. TV's not even on. We're both just on our
I
phone.
know. And I'm like,
And we're this far apart, and we're just like,
I know. And
Probably-
I'm like, this is
probably
taking
half an hour.
so much from our relationship and communicating. And I was like, I see the negative consequences long term with this stuff. And the kids are even worse.
oh, and they're.
I'm
gonna
self-aware
continue
of
to
it.
get worse.
We're both self-aware of it. But I'm like, teenagers, that's the norm.
Yes.
That, like, if you do anything different, you're abnormal.
Well, that's why we're creating so many introverts, like the kid that fucking cut somebody up, and that's just becoming a norm now, because people aren't used to human or
Interaction.
another interaction or another human being interaction. So it's just it's one of those things, man.
And I think it's contributing
get
to
worse.
People self-harming themselves.
Yeah,
Introverted people. Nothing wrong with introverted
anxiety.
people. But the anxiety
I
portion.
got to
of it,
talk to someone. Oh my god, how am I supposed to talk to this person? How am I
and like
supposed
getting
to
fired
communicate?
at work or something. They don't know how to deal with
Yeah.
just general day-to-day things. And I said it takes away from that because you're. I was talking about this with someone else the other day about how kids don't want to drive, that they don't want to leave the house. I said the difference between me and you growing up and previous generations, we had to leave the house to get entertainment. Now that technology is so advanced, you don't have to leave the house, and you could be
Everything.
consumed by everything
Everything.
hour of the day.
Any kind of happy want, any kind of sexual want, any kind of
Food.
glut.
You don't have to leave to eat
food.
anymore.
Yeah,
You can have
I
it
mean,
brought to your house.
Yeah, everything. So I mean, you can just sit at home and never leave your fucking house and be scared of everything outside your doors.
Because if you turn on the news,
World's bad.
death is waiting at your doorstep.
Yes.
And-
so let me just stay inside. Not
And I'm
even
like,
open the
so
door.
kids don't want to get driver's license, right? They're waiting longer, which I think is a good thing.
But
in a
you don't
sense.
even have to now. Now all you got to do is just fucking call an Uber and they'll come pick you up.
And it's gotten way too easy for everybody to live.
Yeah. What was that one movie? Wally. Remember that?
The cartoon.
The cartoon. Yeah. Where fucking you had all these fat blobs floating around this little thing that the bed they never got off of. They shit on the bed. They ate on the bed. They watched movies on the bed. All it did was float them around on the spaceship while they found civilization or habitation, whatever, plant life on Earth. And so all the ships came back to Earth and okay, we can start again. And then the motherfuckers take their first step and they're falling around because they haven't walked. That's what we're turning into, man. That's the avenue we're going.
Yep.
And it's sad, man.
It's like, think, in the last 20 years, we've had such great advancement in technology.
Yeah.
And it's speeding up. Every year it's speeding up. Where are we at in 50 years? Obviously you have grandkids already. But what are their grandkids going to see if they're still around?
Yeah.
If society's still society. Because ever since, we'll say, space age, 60s, 70s, technology just went sky high, wide open throttle. And I'm like, it's just amazing because you think about when we first got iPhones, the very first iPhone was very basic, but it was the most advanced thing now.
Yeah.
We never thought that we'd ever look up the internet. We never thought we'd actually see someone on the screen besides a picture.
Yeah.
And you could communicate with someone in China.
Yeah, but you did.
we had the fantasy of it.
Cartoons, right?
Yeah.
There was all kinds of shit that had that, and you would talk to people, and it's like, man, that's fucking.
Yeah.
And now we do that all the time, and I don't know.
It's like when I criticize like Star Trek or something, they have like these little, what was it? One of the space movies recently, they had like like the old CB radios in trucks. They have like the little
Yeah.
cold cord.
Yep.
I'm like, they wouldn't have that if they're fucking floating around in space somewhere. They wouldn't have some cord. They'd have that shit built in their ear, like, "Beep, hey Robert, where you at?"
Yeah.
Something like that.
But that's just where the fantasy and the reality,
Yeah.
kind of contradicted each other.
But like you said, it's disconnected people from, actual life, what human society, and not to get metaphorical about it, but I'm like, it's gonna do more damage long term than it is have positive. Yes, we'll have great things that come from it, but in the grand scheme of it, I think it's a negative.
Yeah.
Personally,
And it will be. It'll continue. It's just going to get worse. I mean, we're our own worst enemy. We're gonna doom our own, and we already have.
we'll have our own
civilization.
demise.
Yep.
So yeah, that's stupid rant, but speaking of it, was the whole thing was people are like you said, afraid to leave their doorstep because either they're going to get shot at a store, if they're going to get a virus, or the environment's going to kill them, or the food's going to kill them, which
Or
it
they're going to
is.
get fucked in the butt by aliens.
Yeah. You might get shot down. You might get struck by a drone flying overhead. Number of things. But I think...
What if an alien fucks you in the butt while the drone's flying you through the air?
like he's hovering with me.
I mean, he's hovering in you.
Does he got a hoverboard?
I don't know. You need to ask Marty or Dr. Brown.
That's the one thing I wanted from that movie.
The hoverboard? I think everybody fucking did.
I was like, dude, wait till those bitches come out.
Yeah, and now we still don't even have those. And I think all that was done in this time. I think it was 2024
Yeah, it was.
when they went to the future and there was hoverboards.
Yeah, I think it was like 2005 or something like that. One of them, because we recently watched them not too long ago, and I was like, that's supposed to be now. So we don't have none of that shit. This is bullshit.
We were robbed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hoverboard was where it was at though, because I was all into that stuff.
Yeah,
Skateboarding.
yeah.
Which I watched the movies. Obviously, the movie's a little bit older than I am, but when I watched them, they were a couple years old. But I was like, that's my shit.
Yeah. Like, hell yeah, I can't wait till 2024. And then when you live 2024, you're like, what the fuck is going on? This is bullshit.
We got fucking weather balloons and drones flying over everything,
Yeah.
and nobody's saying anything.
Hell no. But the aliens. Did you see that new video that millions of people have captured video on? Oh man, you got to look it up. So it's like you've seen all the video movies and stuff of something falling from space, right? It gets this fireball around it, and it's like because it's piercing through the atmosphere and whatnot, blah blah blah. Well, there was someone videoing that, and it was coming down like a comet about to hit the Earth. And then all of a sudden it breaks off into like 6 or 7 lights, and then they just stop and hover.
Where was this?
And then they start flying somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it was at, but there's a bunch of videos of it online. So I'm sure you could do
And
it.
that's another thing, talking about technology. Some of this AI shit that they're generating,
Holy shit.
it's fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Like during the election, the whole Kamala Harris thing,
Oh,
where she basically confirmed all the negative stuff about her, but speaking positively about it.
yeah.
And it was all AI. Elon shared it. That was a big
Right.
thing. So why would Elon do this? This is misinformation, all that crap.
It
And I was like,
funny. It
wow.
was
I said,
comedy.
huh?
It was comedy.
Yeah, it was comedy. It was a parody for him.
Yeah.
And he even mentioned that in the context of
Yeah.
it. And but the quality of the imagery and the
looked
sound
great.
is
looked great.
phenomenal.
Yeah. But that's where we're going to.
I know.
I mean,
And I honestly, not to say like we're going to turn there's going to be a transformer thing. Take
what about
over.
iRobot?
Huh?
iRobot.
Right.
And these Tesla robots.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like, and that was supposed to be in 2024. That was another one.
Was it?
Yeah, iRobot. That movie was filmed in 2000 or released in 2004, and they said it was in the future of 2024. Well, guess what we had in 2024? Fucking Tesla robots walking
Yeah,
around.
fucking police dogs in downtown Atlanta.
People buying $30,000 robots to clean dishes at their house. It's coming.
I've seen that one where he's running, I forgot what you call it, but basically farming in like some countryside.
Jerking off a horse.
No.
That's what it looks like you're doing right now with your hands.
Oh!
Okay,
Pinocchio.
Mickey.
Yeah, or Mickey.
You just went to Mickey.
No, he had like one of those sling blade things where he's cutting down tall grass.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was AI.
What, the robot?
Huh?
The robot?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Where he's like, Like he's just cutting down like 3 foot tall grass.
And then he decided, I wonder what it's like to cut up an old man.
Guy filming. Come here.
Come here, old man. Get out of your chair in front of the store, and just starts hacking them up.
But yeah, the whole AI thing creeps me out. Like I think it's good, but I'm like, there's always a downside to technology.
Right.
There's always, and people are always going to abuse it for negative things. So.
Yeah.
It's like, for instance, like recently we had the thing in Louisiana during New Year's parade stuff. We had that, and then what was the other one? New York. Was it New York?
What?
No.
You were talking
Trump.
about
Yeah, sorry, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, you were talking about the truck going through the crowd in Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana.
And then
we had the Trump thing with the Tesla truck fucking exploding with fireworks in the back.
yeah,
And everybody's like,
Trump thing, you talking about him
yeah,
getting
now
shot
it's
at.
fucking ISIS. There was no ISIS. ISIS was a demise thing.
No. As soon as he pulled all the troops out, ISIS rebuilt again with all our equipment.
Al Qaeda is what took over, not ISIS. Because ISIS was the Bin Laden era.
Right.
Then Al Qaeda, they keep fucking changing names.
Right.
Whoever's
It's all
running the
same
show.
Fucks, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's all the same fucking general people, I would assume.
I hate
I'm
the
not
Western
over
civilization.
But now it's all terrorists.
Yeah.
They say it's terrorists. Well, they rented the same cars from the same rental place in Louisiana or Florida, or wherever the hell it was. I'm like, okay, that's not a coincidence, but
Yeah.
who's renting Cybertrucks? I know, it's interesting.
Money.
Mm.
That royal family we're talking about over in the Middle East.
Yeah. All your people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't either.
Oh, well, technology.
You were talking about all these events.
Yeah.
Louisiana, New York, Trump thing.
And it just happened to be at Trump Tower or Trump Hotel in a Tesla truck. Tesla's attached to Trump because of Elon.
Right.
The whole Bourbon Street thing, I don't know.
They had an ISIS flag on the back of the truck.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm like, and their Missy mentioned, or no, my father-in-law, Larry, he's like, did you hear about the thing in Bourbon Street or Louisiana? I'm
Is
like,
that how
yeah.
he talks?
Huh?
Did you hear about the...
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to clarify that for people that didn't catch it.
He asked me if I heard about it, and I was like, yeah, I heard about it. And I just was working away, doing my stuff on the computer. He's like, I think it's all the illegals. He's an older man. Everything's illegals. It's all their problems. Right. And I'm like, why do you think that? And I was just, casually just yelling it back at him. He's like, there's another reason for all the issues in this country right now.
You didn't get it as deep that time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go. There's a reason.
Another reason for everything. Goddamn, chicken sandwiches are expensive. Chick-fil-A.
I can't even buy a tuna salad no more.
I gotta eat my old lady's tuna salad.
Whoa.
No, damn, you got me messed up now. Where was I?
Well, that wasn't hard.
Oh, he was just blaming on that.
Like my dick. It's
And
not hard either.
he's like, they're saying it was terrorists. And I was like, Larry, I said, I don't believe anything they say across the news because they're going to say whatever keeps you attached to the TV channel. I said, I've told you this a dozen times. He's like, yeah, but I think it's the illegals when you get the wall built. And he's like saying shit like that. And I'm like,
that's not going to be the end all be all. It'll help. It'll help. There's plenty of open areas that aren't secured.
I was like, if you ever think back about it, I said, they don't just stick people in the boat like, okay, we're going to go blow up fucking whatever city. Get on a boat, get on a plane, go fly over there. No, those people have been here for years already. There's people staged.
Planted cells.
Yes. And we do the exact same thing in other countries.
Yep.
And, not to get on a rant about bitching about the U.S., but we complain about all these other countries, how bad things they do. We just don't hear about the bad shit we do in other countries because we're not going to beat ourselves up on our own media.
Right.
But it's a whole technology thing. Back to it. It's good, it's bad.
Hawk to it.
Hawk to it. Spit on that thing, boy.
Hell yeah. I will as soon as we turn off this mic.
We're going to leave the camera on.
Yeah, we're going to leave the camera on. It's the new casting couch.
Yeah, don't mention our OnlyFans account handle.
Oh, yeah.
So, by the way, I thought about the other day. I said, I was watching Kill
Doing
Tony,
OnlyFans.
and this one girl went up there for her minute of comedy, and she said she does OnlyFans, but feet only. And she makes 6 figures. And I'm like, what the fuck?
She's got to have beautiful fucking feet.
No, she wears a size 10.
Oh, she does some really nasty shit with her feet then. Yeah.
And,
Hey, look, there's cow shit.
yeah.
Hey, look, there's dog shit.
You know, peanut butter and smear it to my toes. And I'm like,
That's so
what if I
disgusting.
did that? I said, I could sit at home, make that money. I said, the wife could do it. No one will ever know who it is, right? In theory.
Yeah, but I mean, I told you that already about OnlyFans, as long as you don't have identifying tattoos and
Yeah.
shit.
Just like strictly do, like if you did feet stuff, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like waist down stuff.
Would you look down on me if I did that?
No, I'd go down on you if you did that. No, I'm gonna get some of this money too, boy.
But like for instance, say you did no sexual stuff, you just did the most awkward, quirky, maybe nasty stuff, not necessarily anything sexual. How do you think if you wanted to do it, you did it, and your kids found out about it, how do you think your kids would look upon you?
I don't think they would do. I really thought about. All right, so this is funny. I really thought about doing OnlyFans and doing stuff like that, like going up to an ant pile and like
Sticking your pecker in it?
no, like filling it up with water, right? So it's just a muddy mess now, and then like
Watch them all drown.
getting a stick or something and like slowly and just like.
Do ASMR or something?
Yeah, and just being fucking is perverted and weird. But one, I'm getting rid of the ant pile in my yard.
Yeah.
But two, just some weird fucked up shit that there are sickos that would probably jerk off to that. And
Or if you
like,
poured gasoline on them, like say, you know, because that's a typical thing most people do is
Yeah.
pour gasoline on an ant pile. And light it on fire, but then is ASPCA going to come after you for fucking killing the
Yeah.
fucking ants?
yeah, you
You would fucking, there would be a list this long of people that want to kill you on the internet.
yeah, no shit.
But God forbid you fucking put a cockroach in their floor, and they would sure as hell stomp on that son of a bitch.
But it's the same thing with the illegals, and they won't house them. So I mean, you know, same scenario. Hey, we brought Jose to come live with you. Oh no, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It just
How do you think your kids will reflect on you on
I
that?
don't think they would get
Like if you told them, like, hey, this is what I do. Like if they, like say they walked in the basement and be like, what are you doing?
and
Dad?"
saw me fucking an ant pile. Like, Dad, what are you doing? Nothing.
You got one of those
I'm
at
paying
home
your tuition to
fucking
college,
ant
bitch. Go
colony
upstairs.
things and start biting your dick. Comes out swollen on one side, and
Yeah,
it's like, this is how I get your mama off.
yeah.
Swells up.
I'm gonna go upstairs and take a pill now. Oh God,
But no, realistically, like, I wonder how much money you could actually make.
probably a lot if it was unique enough. I mean, it's anything in this world.
What would be unique? What would be new that would be so outrageous
Who
that people would buy
knows?
the shit out of it?
I don't know.
Like the Hawk Tua girl, speaking back by her, someone requested that she shit in a bag and send it to him for like 10 grand. I was like, dude, I'd fucking load up some trash bags for you, buddy.
Oh my God.
You'd be
but
getting all the corn.
that's so gross. All right, so there was a whole big joke at work about I don't know, this guy and doing a clone of Willie. I think I kinda told you about him. And so anyways, so it was really, I think it was a real proposition, but I'm not sure. He'd give me $100 and buy the kit if I did it.
I would do it.
Now, fuck no. Fuck no. I mean, think about that, dude.
And then he comes
Like,
to work, you fucked me last night, Sean.
Right, exactly. And that would be the whole thing. Like, I'm not going to take
I
part
had
in
Sean
some
inside
gay
me.
sexuality. Right, like, oh, my wife pegged me with your dick last night, bro. Appreciate it. Like, there's it just, again, back to the whole moral compass thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a part of it. And even if I was hung like a horse, there's no way I would be doing that. And knowing that, you know, millions of dudes are getting plugged by my junk or the clone of my junk. No,
And they're on Amazon.
I couldn't do it.
Prime.
Yeah.
Next day, Sean's penis.
Yeah. Sean's penis. Fucking $4.99.
But what if you get what do they call it? Royalties off of it.
No, I mean, I can get paid. I can be a millionaire, but there's still no way I'm doing it.
I don't know.
No way.
maybe.
No.
If you saw the money I'd be making, you'd be like, yeah, I'm getting in on this shit.
Well, if that's the case, you need to start an OnlyFans. Just
I might.
put your junk in a peanut butter bar or jar, in a peanut butter jar, ASM and sexual and
No, I'm gonna do feet. I'm gonna do non-sexual stuff with my feet. I think I'm
that's
gonna create one.
disturbing. I'll come over.
Go walk through the creek. Just no, make it like pretty, like scenery stuff. ASMR stuff, splashing.
Yeah,
Me rubbing my feet, me flossing between my toes for Sean. We clean them real good.
I think this is a good time to end this because
Oh,
you're
you turned
rambling
on?
on some dumb shit, and I'm ready to go jerk off.
Well, I'm gonna go splash in the creek and get some shorts put
Hell
together.
yeah! I want you to do it in shorts.
I'm gonna get on those.
It's this cold.
What was that show? Reno 911 shorts. I still got that costume.
Oh my god.
What was his name? Teddy?
I don't
I
remember.
can't remember the character's name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, so I dressed up as the cop, the roller skate cop from Reno 911 for the people that used to watch Comedy Central when they used to have funny shit on there.
Yeah,
And lo and behold, there was another cop there with me.
yeah.
And we did a lot of gay shit together.
Yeah, you did. Seeing y'all playing with each other's nightsticks.
Mm-hmm. I was beating my wand across his backside. Yeah.
All right,
So that's good?
yeah, I think that was good.
All right, cut. Oh, is that not it?
Yeah, I don't know. So let's try and do this more often. Yeah,
Yeah.
got to figure out how to do this again.
Come here, I'll show you.
Why are you staring at me like that? That's getting, man, I've been gaining weight. God, I've
Yeah,
been
me
gaining
too,
weight. Dude, the goal this year is the end of the year. I ain't trying to do no fast diet. They're doing that again at work, which I won the last one, which we wasn't even filming then. Right after our last one, we started another one, did it for 90 days. Ended that, I won it, and it got down to the lowest I've ever been. In fucking 20 years. It's like 214 pounds. And I'm up like 17, 20 pounds, somewhere in there. Every day I look.
Dude, I can't gain weight to save my life.
Fuck you. But,
Which is my partly eating habits, but I don't know.
and so I want to get down to 220. I mean 200. I want to get down to 200. So that's my goal by the end of the year. Strengthen up, get down to 200. So I'm just going to be doing strength training and watching what I eat. Not just watching everything I eat. But I've done really good with keeping the weight down this time and not just blowing right back up after the diet like I've done the other previous two
How come
times.
you're just not adapting to the diet?
I mean,
Obviously,
I am.
I think
but
you go
like,
to an extreme because you're in a wager, with work or
yeah,
whoever.
yeah. But
just change your just general practices.
I did for about 6 months.
But keep it that way and just.
Well, I did for about 6 months, and then Thanksgiving hit, and I overate for Thanksgiving. So that was 5 pounds I put on. I did not lose back.
Well, I wouldn't look at
and
it
then
that way.
Christmas, I
Look at the
overate
grand scheme, the long term.
and ate the bullshit. Well, I mean,
You
if
still have those
if
shitty
you-
days
If
or
you're
weeks.
thinking grand scheme, then I technically have, except for right here at the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So I put on 10 more pounds during the holidays. So other than that, I've stayed about 8 pounds from what I got down to, and I've done good for about 6 months. I mean, I'm still wearing these smaller pants, and I had to buy more pants and got rid of all the old shit, all the
Just give it to
2X.
Carter.
Yeah, no shit. All the 2X shirts, I don't have not one now. Well, I think this is a 2X hoodie or sweater, but I mean, it's fucking really huge on me. But other than that, I've done good the last 7 months, I guess, from when we ended that diet. So,
I tell people it's easy. I say just change your habits,
Yeah.
change your diet,
yeah.
and it's when people start talking about, I'm gonna start working out. Like I heard it numerous times from multiple people in the last 2 months. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start working out, this and that. And I'm like, most people just want to lose weight. They're not really worried about being toned or nothing. They just want to lose weight. I'm like, it's simple.
I want strength training.
Change your diet.
That's
it.
it.
That's all you gotta do. You'll drop weight like it's nothing.
The diet part, I think I've done good. Like I said, the last 7 months, And then I got the punching bag hung up, and I got whatever it's called downstairs set up, and then I broke my fucking finger, which it looks. I'm not gonna lose that now. I don't think. I don't know. But anyways, so I couldn't hit the bag at all. So I haven't done nothing in a month with that. But I actually did. I bought some new gloves, started hitting it. It's quiet. It's not real loud.
Yeah, stay after it.
Yeah. Well, I finally got my bar back too for curl.
It's been riding around the back of my truck forever. I'm like, hey. I'm like, take this with you. It's literally been riding around the back of my truck forever.
Hell yeah. All right, let's end this shit.
All right.
Yeah, more episodes coming. We're gonna get back on this shit.
Hopefully one more before the month's over.
Hell yeah.
It's January 5th,
I doubt it.
2025.
We're going on